Okay, children, let's make some bread, the old-fashioned way. First, we add some flour, sugar, salt, yeast, just like we always did. But today we have advancements. Simpanant datem, which is simply diacetyl tartaric acid esters. Nothing fancy. Then we are going to add mono and diglycerides, sodium, some good old high-dose corn syrup, and some vitabanide for good measure. Then all we have to do is add artificial flavors, artificial colors, throw in some highly processed soy lecithin and a pinch of phosphates. And that's it. All right, let's mix it all together now.
I'm stirring. I'm squishing.
Perfect. Now we need
Buy Grandma's bread, made the old-fashioned way, now with unlimited shelf life.
Okay, people, the show is about to start. Remember our little talk on what to do? Hey, Shapiro Stein.
I don't care. Use your AI to create thousands of fake articles and just... Oh, hi there. I was just on the phone with Google. Got a little business they are helping me out with. I told to go to plug I got your message and to follow the script.
Good job, Shea Prostein. You get a raise as soon as we rip off. Now stir your ass, show!
Welcome to the SOS report.
Venezuela, what happened and how did it happen?
Great question, Daisy. Let's dig into how the events unfolded.
On September 2nd, in the Caribbean Sea, a U.S. military drone found what it was looking for: a 12-meter-long wooden boat. They're commonly used here by fishermen and also drug traffickers. Typically, the U.S. would stop and search the boat to find out which, but this time, the U.S. just blew it up. 2 weeks later, the U.S. blew up another boat, then another, and another, and another. Donald Trump claimed that dozens of people killed by these strikes worked for drug cartels, and that this was just the start of his new strategy to stop them.
To every terrorist thug smuggling poisonous drugs into the United States of America, please be warned that we will blow you out of existence. We have no choice.
But most of Trump's strikes were in the wrong place. Most drugs are produced in Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, and Mexico, then trafficked overland or through the Pacific. Then in October, we found out the real target.
Trump is ramping up his military campaign in the Caribbean.
Made it clear he wants Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro removed from power.
Trump ordered the Navy's largest and most advanced aircraft carrier to the region.
Authorized the CIA to operate inside Venezuela.
And warned Venezuela and its cartels that striking land is next.
How did Trump turn a war on drug cartels into a potential war with Venezuela?
This is not stretching the envelope. This is tearing the envelope apart.
Where could he take that war next?
It seems like a recipe for a war that could go on forever.
Turns out Maduro had general bad hombre authoritarian vibes. Repression, corruption, human rights abuses that made him an easy regime change target.
Not to mention narco-terrorism ties. He's a hardcore socialist. Maduro rigged elections and Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves.
Yeah, nobody noticed the oil.
It's all for the people. Don't you know that?
That's
Take
right.
a look at what happened next.
These ghost-like figures are U.S. helicopters on a mission to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Now CNN has found the operation's success came down to 2 critical minutes of extremely high risk, according to a review of eyewitness videos from the scene. 2 minutes in which experts say U.S. forces were effectively sitting ducks, landing in and lifting off from Maduro's compound. We modelled out the area, analysed helicopter flight paths, and synchronised key videos to understand how the US successfully infiltrated a heavily fortified military compound, despite the danger involved. First, you can see Chinooks, a US helicopter used to transport troops, flying into the area from the south. Their arrival is met with a barrage of Venezuelan anti-aircraft fire. Within seconds, more helicopters, this time Black Hawks and attacking aircraft, are seen arriving and circling overhead. They release intense fire. US General Dan Kane later described this as multiple self-defense engagements. At least 100 people died in the overall operation, Venezuelan authorities have since claimed. And aftermath pictures hint at the deadly cost: blood on the ground, large burnt areas, and blown-out cars. 2 of the riskiest moments of the US operation are visible in the videos we're going to show you next. A Chinook coming into land, a point when US forces are at their most vulnerable. Then you see a Chinook taking off. You see it again in this video as it's gaining altitude. Then a second Chinook takes off, around 20 seconds later. We then search for exactly where these helicopters were taking off from, using identifiable geographical features, like this building in the foreground and this dark hillside behind. Our analysis indicates it took off from this location. It's within Fortuna, one of Venezuela's biggest military complexes. Satellite imagery taken the day after the operation reveals minor damage to these roofs, too minor to be a direct attack, but possibly the result of a helicopter hovering overhead. Where Maduro stayed in Fortuna was previously undisclosed, but CNN's analysis gives the most definitive picture yet of where he was that night and his likely residence. Past videos show the former president seemingly at home at this location. He was inside a building here in 2024. That building was converted into a large white complex last year. And he was over here in July, sitting outside having coffee. As the Chinooks take off from this location, attack helicopters can be seen circling overhead and firing to protect the Chinooks as they depart.
All new GMO seed oil burger, made with GMO seed oils, wood pulp, and glyphosate for an added flavor. May cause long-term health risks. But all GMO burgers come with a free cancer screening coupon worth $2,500.
Okay, that is just crazy.
Is it me or does it feel like Trump is the bully on the block, knocking over the little guy for milk money?
It does kind of feel that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, the lion got the bloody gazelle here for sure.
Stop! Stop right here! What the fuck is this lion and gazelle shit?
Oh, I think we pissed off Juber.
He is a cranky old filthy picky too.
Wow, looks like it's going to be a challenge dealing with him.
I got a rope. I got a boat, a new boat.
Let's get another angle of the raid to get Maduro.
Roll clip 32.
The United States hit Venezuela with a large-scale strike early Saturday and said its president, Nicolas Maduro, had been captured and flown out of the country. Here's what to know. Multiple explosions and low-flying aircraft were seen in Caracas in the early hours of Saturday morning. Maduro's government immediately accused the US of an imperialist attack on civilian and military installations. US President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that Maduro had been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. He added that the operation was done in conjunction with US law enforcement. The apparent attack itself lasted less than 30 minutes. Trump said in his social media post that the strike was carried out successfully. It comes after the Trump administration has escalated pressure on Maduro, who has decried US military operations against alleged drug traffickers as a thinly veiled effort to oust him from power. It was not immediately clear who was running the country, and Maduro's whereabouts were not immediately known.
Okay, so they got him.
I wonder what would happen if another country tried to do this with the United States. Another country says, hey, we don't like Trump, he has to go, and we are going to take over the country, for the people.
Good point.
What would happen there? I'll tell you what would happen. A big middle finger.
They would be on the shit list so quick it ain't even funny, wouldn't they?
Damn right they would.
I can see it now. Non-stop media coverage spinning ludicrous stories.
The same as they do today then.
Fox, CNN, CBS, ABC, and the other fake stream trash media would be having a field day.
What the fuck is that? You don't talk about our government-controlled affiliates like that.
This SOS report scene has been cut. Visit BitChute and Rumble links in video description to see the full version of this video. This SOS report scene has been cut.
Okay, Juberg.
He is a cranky Talmud fan, that's for sure.
We better get back to the news before he calls Google on us.
Great, now we are both probably going to wind up like Robbie Starbuck.
Hey, one thing you can count on in life.
You are right there.
Damn straight.
So what did the United States do with their prize Maduro? Roll clip 43.
This is a photo of Nicolas Maduro being led away in handcuffs at Stewart Airport. The Venezuelan president and his wife being led off a plane surrounded by DEA, FBI, and customs personnel as they were next led to a hangar. Later, Maduro helicoptered to Manhattan and then driven in an armored vehicle to be processed, fingerprinted, and a mugshot taken. Their last stop, the Metropolitan Detention Center. The Venezuelan president now being treated like any other accused criminal. Earlier, President Trump posted a first photo of Maduro in custody, calling his capture, quote, an extraordinary success.
It's finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again.
Earlier, explosions seen across the Venezuelan capital. The military said they were able to cause a blackout across the city as planes and helicopters were in the air and troops on the ground sent into Caracas to capture Maduro around 2 a.m. U.S. officials say forces captured Maduro as he attempted to jump into a steel-enclosed safe room. He and his wife were then flown to a U.S. carrier before being sent to Guantanamo Bay for their transfer flight to New York for trial. More stunning news came as President Trump announced the U.S. would for now be running Venezuela.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
In Venezuela, defiance. The vice president accused Trump of invading under false pretenses. The UN Secretary General called the action a dangerous precedent. The military action was taken without congressional authorization, and that has Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calling for a full explanation to members of Congress, adding President Trump's announced plan to run Venezuela is unacceptable. Maduro was indicted here in New York back in 2020. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced additional charges. The Trump administration in recent months had been using the military to target what they said were drug smuggling boats. Officials today said the military operation was to assist the Justice Department in arresting Maduro. The president went further at his presser, saying a change in leadership will enable U.S. companies to help drill for Venezuelan oil. Money, he said, would be used to first help the people of Venezuela, with money also going to pay the U.S.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, and start making money for the country.
That is shorthand for making money for our investors.
It is truly sad that the military-industrial complex has become so profitable that war is now the #1 industry and goal of the country.
No more DOD, now it's Department of War. Let's go out to the street and ask the public what they think.
Great idea, let's do it. This SOS report scene has been cut.
So Trump kidnapped the leader of Venezuela, paraded him down the streets of New York, and declared himself president of Venezuela?
Yep, pretty hard to argue with the obvious.
Let's see what Shapiro-Stein has to say about Venezuela.
Hey, Shapiro-Stein, you in there? This SOS report scene has been cut. Visit BitChute and Rumble links in video description to see the full version of this video. And we are God's chosen people, so we can do whatever we want and not feel guilty. This SOS report scene has been cut. Visit BitChute and Rumble. Probably because we don't care or wear stupid little hats. Hey, we killed your God. Our God says we can lie, cheat.
I guess Shapiro-Stein told you.
He is so much superior than I am. I keep forgetting. Let's go to Mark with the weather. Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at SOS Report Eyewitness Weather, where we pretend the sky isn't being remotely piloted. Today's high, I'll be 82. Tomorrow, who knows, the HARP program might crank the dial to sudden polar vortex just to mess with you. Look at this Doppler radar loop here. Nothing to do with the government painting the sky with frequency soup and then microwaving a hurricane into existence. Or sending out so much voltage it whips up several F5 tornadoes in your local neighborhood. And hey, those cloud grid patterns you saw on your way to work, just very organized birds. Or maybe the clouds are just really into modern art. Who knows? Severe weather risk? Oh yeah. Tornadoes possible if the ionosphere boys in Alaska hit the random chaos button too hard. Flooding? Sure, if someone forgets to turn off the precipitation dial after testing mind control frequencies with 5G. But don't worry, our forecast is 100% accurate. That's until the next HARP program upgrade patch that rolls out at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Stay dry, stay skeptical, and remember, if your barbecue gets rain, it's not climate change, it's just enhanced atmospheric nudging for your own good. Back to you, Chad, in the studio. Try not to get struck by a directed energy lightning bolt tonight. Thanks, Mike. I will keep my eyes out for directed energy for sure.
Well, that's it for this SOS report. Remember, whatever you do in life, be real and be awesome.
Good night, everyone.